Welcome, Web of Wires. Have you ever wanted to play baseball indoors? Well, watch and learn.
Wii Sports, we all know the game. Either you've played it or I don't like you. It is one of the most accessible games around, ranking first for most sold copies on one platform. It was bundled with nearly every Wii, sold as a pack-in title. Is it technically cheating since they didn't really sell all these copies? Yeah. But if that's the case, then a lot of games shouldn't be on the most sold list. For some reason, this game got a little pricey as time went by. But chances are if you had or have a Wii, you have this game. Except for the 19 million of you that Nintendo forgot about. So what is Wii Sports? Said nobody ever? It's a small collection of sports that were all packaged in with Wii systems. It was supposed to demonstrate what the Wii was about, with its new type of controller and features said controller could offer. It came with 5 different sports games, along with fun training activities and a super simple pick up and play nature. Even the menu was designed to tell you how to hold the Wiimote by forcing you to push both A and B buttons to continue. Then to select your game, you can use either the pointer like a normal person or the D-pad if you're just that good at video games. It's neat. What's also neat is that this is just a tech demo. Yes, a tech demo sold over twice as many copies as Super Mario Bros., one of the most common games in history. Seriously, I have 5 copies of it. They just appear out of nowhere. Anyways, let's hop into the first game on the list, tennis. Right after I play one round of Lego Rock Band. Alright, back to Wii Sports. I don't have a Mii on my Wii U yet, do I? So here's the Mii I made, and we will be using him for the rest of the video. Look, if you were in 80-degree weather, you would stall too, okay? From what I remember, tennis is pretty easy to pick up and play. It's what I showed my grandma initially when showing her how the Wii worked in my game design video. There are a couple ways to swing the tennis racket, just like in real life. But I mean, yeah, it's tennis. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's a great pick as a first game, but it's tennis. The next minigame is baseball. Not my first pick for the game, but a welcome one. Unlike tennis, this one requires a bit more precision with your shot. Angling the bat takes a bit of time, and then swinging the bat at the perfect moment takes some practice. The accelerometer in the Wiimote wasn't designed for this type of precision, but whatever. It works well enough, especially for 2006. A fun little thing I learned about baseball is that the opening scene with all the Miis looking back at you wasn't included in all versions. There are 2 versions of the game, version 1.0 and 1.1. I'll just call them pre-jacket and post-jacket versions to simplify things since version 1.0 was released before there were protective jackets on the Wiimote. But an opening cutscene won't change the fact that I find baseball super repetitive, sluggish, and long. I feel nothing when swinging the bat and even less when throwing the baseball. Luckily, things can only go up from here. Bowling is the 3rd game offered and happens to be one of my favorites. No thank you. I can't even make this up. I have Wii Sports on my phone, and no matter how ridiculous I look in public, bowling is always one I'm looking forward to most. It's super easy, but a ton of fun. You roll the ball and hit 10 pins. It's a decent workout both on your physical body and with your parents after a broken TV in the living room. Yeah, most people decided to throw the controller at the TV when letting go of the B button. I actually broke my phone doing this, so be careful. But yeah, it's fun and teaches you a bit on how to swing the Wii remote properly and accurately. And come on, the personality behind this game alone makes it one of my favorites. The way the audience spins around whenever you accidentally throw the bowling ball behind you never gets old. Same with the announcer, hearing him say whatever he has to say gives me a little rush of dopamine every time. The 4th game is golf. It wasn't ever one of my favorites, but it definitely isn't bad. Far from it. Similar to how tennis evolves into baseball, bowling evolves into golf. Your swings have to be super precise to hit the golf ball in the proper direction. Wind speeds are also important now, as it could sway the ball away or towards where you want it to go. Here's the thing though. If you ask me what my favorite golf game is, I'd say Wii Sports. But I also don't enjoy golf. Just because I say my favorite chore around the house is doing the dishes doesn't mean it's fun. No, it just means I can tolerate it when I have to. Granted, golf is more enjoyable than doing the dishes, but my point still stands. That being said, there are plenty of people who love Wii Sports Golf just because of the maps and fast-paced nature of the game compared to other golf games. I'm just not one of them. Boxing is the final game in the collection. No, golf does not transition into this game. All these games do. Not only is it fast-paced, but accuracy in studying your opponent is important. With the quick thinking of tennis, arm accuracy of baseball, motion gestures of bowling, and swing accuracy of golf, this is a great sport to wrap up the collection and is by far my favorite. It is the only game to use the nunchuck, but finding a controller to play it is worth it. The nunchuck isn't as accurate as the Wiimote, but you do hold it in your non-dominant hand anyways, so it doesn't matter as much. Getting into the game, there are a couple moves you can perform on your opponent, and depending on where they are blocking, you are forced to use something other than a jab to the head every so often. Arm placement is important because blocking hit to follow up with a punch can win you a game, but if you want to swing around carelessly, that works too. In every game, you can build up your skill level to fight with more difficult opponents. The higher the points, the more people there are in the crowd. With every other game, it's fun hearing a bunch of people cheering for you. But in no other game does it feel as rewarding as boxing. With all of its blood-pumping action, it's pretty obvious why. Once you're done with these games, you can do some training. No thank you. These aren't your typical minigames though. They're all minigames for said minigames, but they actually help you, like your aim with a tennis racket and curving a ball in bowling. My initial thought is just to play the game then. It's probably more beneficial to play the game than to do these training sessions. Luckily, I was wrong about these initial thoughts because they did a great job teaching you how to accurately play each sport in different scenarios. Except baseball. It's still boring and feels the most bland of them all. A personal favorite of mine is the 100 pin challenge. You have to knock down 100 pins with one ball. Apparently you can knock down all the pins if you get the ball on this barrier here. Here's my attempt at it. I know, I'm good.
And that's Wii Sports. I don't really know why I was expecting more out of a free tech demo, but whatever. I had fun. I guess it's because so many people consider it the ideal party game, but even playing single player, I had fun. And that's what most video games should be, right? Just fun. And because of that, I welcome it as one of the best tech demos ever made.